Your height, wait, your height frauding you. You look 4 feet, not 8 feet. What the yeah, no, I'm not 4 feet. I'm not that short. Yeah, that's one of the things I was afraid about with doing cosplay, but I'm 5'7", 5'7.5", so yeah. A little dump out for sure.
It's all part of the charm. Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna let that stop me from promoting my character at cons, so it's an issue I've been dealing with for years, but the character is 8 feet, so. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of people who walk on stilts, but that takes a lot of effort to walk on stilts. Yeah, if I walked on stilts, that would be better if I walked on stilts. That would have been a lot better. Yeah, my cosplay is not accurate to my character at all in that sense, but I figure it's better than nothing. People still love it. I still have a good time. It's better than nothing. Yeah, my cosplay is like a fraud, so to speak, in that sense, yes, because I'm not actually like walking on stilts or anything. A lot of people do walk on stilts, but that would take a lot more, I don't know what that would take because, yeah, I don't know what that would take. I don't know, I mean, I understand, there's a lot of people who, are enough of a stuntman, so to speak, to walk on stilts, but I don't think I'm the type of person who can do stilts. It would be better to have, like, see, if I have somebody else in the costume, it's not really me, and it becomes more disconnected, more disingenuous, but that's probably the only way we could really get it to be right. But if they're thick stilts, like, if they're thick enough stilts, they're wide enough of a platform, I think that I would be okay. Like, for example, the girl from, Mortal Kombat, like, something like that, I think I'd be more so okay with that. But it's hard to navigate, hard to get around with that. And logistically, it's hard to get to these conventions because to do all that, I'd have to park there at like 5 in the morning. I would have to get there at like 5 in the morning to do a cosplay as fancy as the girl cosplay. I would have to get there at like 5 in the morning. It would be like, it would be so much work. It is a lot of work, and you need like an entire team. I don't have like an entire team. Yeah, so the thing that sucks about this is I'm basically only 8 feet on VR chat. If you see me on VR chat, that's the only place where I get to fully portray my character. But, I mean, there's still possibility to, like, make the cosplay 8 feet. You don't have to do it for just stilts. Stilts are not the only game in town. Get kangaroo stilts and hop around. Oh, yeah. There's too many people that just go recklessly, like, there's too many people around to be a kangaroo, it's too neck and neck, too crowded, too many fragile things at vendors. If I had ample space, that would be fine. If I had ample space, that would be fine. Yeah, I tell people on VR chat that I'm 8 feet, but if they come here, if they come to my website, they're gonna know that I'm full of shit. But, yeah, I decided not to let, I was conflicted for a while when I started this. I decided to not let my in real life height stop me from portraying the character, but basically it's a miniature version of the character, but yeah, my content partner cracks jokes about it. He's like cracking jokes about it, like calling me like 5-foot beast, but I don't really want to put that out there because I try to ignore the height thing. I try to like ignore that. I try to like not focus on it because, yeah, but I'm not, oh my god, yeah.
Go ahead. It's all part of the charm. Go ahead.
Yeah, oh my god. I'd hate to stand next to Tyler 1. Oh my god. I'd hate to like stand next to Tyler 1. That would be like the worst thing. I'm gonna like I'm gonna throw my whole entire brand in the trash and pose next to Tyler 1 at TwitchCon. Imagine you're on stilts and knock over someone's vendor booth. That would be, yeah, that's the reason why I am not really I haven't really considered that because it takes a lot to be on those stilts now. There are people walking around, vendors and all of that in stilts. There are people that do walk around in the crowds in stilts, next to vendor booths, next to all of that. There are people who do it. I mean, usually you have to be really long and slender. Okay, I'm thick. I'm meaty, okay? Usually, the people I see on stilts are really long and slender. They're very long, they're very slender, so I don't know if a thick, meaty person could do, like, the traditional stilts, but I think, like, if they're thicker stilts, like, very thick stilts, plenty of room for your feet, I think that should be fine. That would be better. I don't know if it would be fine, but it would be better. No, I haven't seen anyone fall. I haven't seen anyone fall. Yeah, I'm built like Glenn Danzig, so I kind of like Glenn Danzig. I don't really like to focus on that because my whole brand is I'm an 8-foot tall beast, and I try to focus on being like Peter Steele. I don't really tend to focus on that because that's gonna like tank my brand or ruin my brand. I try to keep this character is like opposite of myself in real life in a lot of sense, so it's all about trying to play a character, but sometimes when I'm doing cosplay, that kind of gets distorted, that gets really distorted, the LARP gets really distorted when I'm doing cosplay, it gets super distorted. Girl is mocking you. We love thick meaty beasts. Yeah, I'm kind of like, you kind of built like Glenn Danzig a bit, so, I mean, yeah, I try to like, brush it off, you know, I'm not really trying to focus on that, I'm trying to like brush it off, but yeah, I mean, thicker stilts might work, but at the same time, stilts are definitely not the only game in town. Stilts are not the only game in town. I can actually create a much taller cosplay by propping up a cage on my shoulder. That is something where you can prop up an entire cage on your shoulder. Literally, you have a small structure propped over your shoulders, and this structure will be like a couple of feet tall, and it rests on your shoulders, and this is how they do Big Bird. This is how they do the Big Bird puppet. It's like a huge pole on top of your head, on top of your shoulders, and it can create a really tall person, so to speak. You can create a really tall person, and you don't have to do stilts. Yeah, for me, that's what I'm trying to aim for. I'm trying to aim for that, because I think realistically with my frame, and with my frame, I think that's the most realistic thing I could do. So that's what I've been trying to aim for. Any improvements in the cosplay, actually making it 8 feet. Because the creator of Emily the Strange said he would like to actually see it be 8 feet. That would be what that would be like my best bet, is to create like a huge cage that stands over my shoulders and over my head. And this is how they do the Big Bird puppet. So yeah, you could Google like how they do the Big Bird puppet, because that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it's that would but anyhow, there's this effects artist for Rob Zombie called Ex Mortis. They sell a huge shoulder and head puppet that makes you like, it'll make you like 8 feet tall. So that's what I'm actually aiming for, to like, if I'm actually going to make the cosplay 8 feet tall and improve it, that's what I'm aiming for. And keep in mind, not all conventions you can do that. There's actually some conventions that don't really allow these elaborate cosplays, but LA Comic Con always does. So like LA Comic Con, yeah, technically I could do that, but logistically trying to get that there, how am I gonna get it there? I would have to arrive at like 6:30 in the morning to get it there probably, or I'm still having the problem of like, yeah, you have to park, because you're not getting that in a lift. You're not transporting that in a lift. You're not transporting that on public transit. So I would still have the problem of either I have to have a hotel, or I'd have to get there at like 6:30 in the morning or 5 in the morning. I'd still have to get there very, very early to do it. But as you can see, I just showed Valentino, that guy, they're all on stealth. They're on stilts, okay? Yeah, they are on stilts. It's all about